That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with I can't do it. We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. And thing sucks.
10, 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
Hi, welcome to the Humble Abode. Humble Commode? Yeah, Humble Commode. Yeah, I'm sorry, Humble Commode. Why would you say that? Well, I don't know, actually. Why? Well, maybe Holly can explain it better. Holly, wait, come back.
Speaking of trees and stuff, you know, anybody might want to buy one of those?
How much? Yeah, I'd love to buy one, but my old lady would kill me. How much you want for?
What is up? What is up? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, folks. Thanks for coming to this very special self-isolation extravaganza. How y'all doing out there? Some scary times that we're facing. Listen, we're going to make light of it. We're going to have a little bit of levity. But in all seriousness, it is a serious thing. I think it's on everybody's mind. It's just unfortunate that this will be remembered, most likely by future generations, as the great toilet paper shortage of 2020. The hell's wrong with everybody? Let the fever take hold. Listen, no matter what you happen to think of the media, whether you think this is man-made, this is just put out there to confuse you, this is not the time, folks. Listen to the medical professionals. And contrary to what these people seem to think, it seems that they're scared there's going to be this economic collapse. And then this apocalyptic future, toilet paper is going to be used as some kind of currency, kind of like cigarettes in jail or something, right? The supply chain is not going to break down. We're not, it's like crazy because like last Thursday when I left you, good folks, I did all my grocery shopping, did all my stuff. Everything was normal. And then Friday, because I work night shifts, I slept most of the day. I wake up in the afternoon and it's like, some crazy zombie movie where I woke up out of a coma. And everyone was just going nuts. And I think it was mostly because Donald Trump just finally realized it wasn't a Democratic hoax. He announced that the coronavirus, aka COVID-19, was a real threat. So fortunately, precautions are being put in place. Hindsight, I guess, in the future will tell us if we made the right decisions, but this is not the time for disinformation. Unless you're going to poke fun at the idiots that are spreading it. Now, folks, I want to make this crystal clear. This is a disclaimer. You're going to hear a lot of disinformation tonight because let me tell you, I got a cast of characters. And their individual opinions on the situations. But how are you all doing? Everybody doing good out there? Yeah, it's going to be remembered as the toilet paper and hand sanitizer. Fuck medication, fuck the stuff that matters. Now, don't get me wrong. People have been buying lots of different stuff. It seems to be easing down a bit because I see there's paper towels at least left. And there's a side effect to that because there's like a kind of a spin-off because then people that aren't getting freaked out and wouldn't usually hoard when there's toilet paper and stuff in, you're like, well, maybe I should grab a few extras because of all the fucking crazies that are going to come in and clean this fucking thing out, right? But I don't know. But the supply chain, folks, is not broken down. Now, things are a little bit slower out there. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I know busy ports of entry like Detroit and whatnot, they're stopping each individual truck and asking them like 25, 30 questions. Have you been out of the country? Do you have a cough? Have you been to the hospital? Da, 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 da. I know a lot of big facilities are doing similar things like Procter & Gamble and Johnson & Johnson. And a lot of those distribution centers that are like getting the goods out to people are down to like skeleton crews, right? Because you got people that have to stay at home with their kids and stuff right now. So it's a little bit slower. But ironically, the only thing that's going to break down the fucking chain are these people that go out and clear off fucking shelves, which means that everybody else has to sit and wait until the next fucking Thursday or whatever when they restock, and you go through the fucking game again. So, I mean, I get people's concern. You want to look out for yourself. You want to make sure you're prepared in case, factories start shutting down for weeks or months and you can't get your fucking ass wiped. But I think we can all just calm down a little bit. And, again, listen to the health professionals. Follow the guidelines, do your part, and we'll deal with it as it comes. Now, the next order of business, is I know that there's a lot of people out there who want some updates. I'll probably have to repeat this a little bit later. A few more people show up and start asking. You know what I'm talking about, the whole Von Helden situation, that whole thing going on. Well, I don't really know a whole lot. Now, it is true. I had a little bit of contact with Cousin Larry, and I can pass on to you what he passed on to me. But you have to understand, one, you got to take everything with a grain of salt. We got to be fair with what we hear and what's speculation and what's not. And the second thing is Cousin Larry is a man of few words. Literally. I mean, Facebook responses often are 1 or 2 word responses. But I do want to take the opportunity here and just clear up some misconceptions I see out there when people are asking me questions and comments and whatnot. And I haven't really went back and watched much of that whole thing that went on with, Larry and Andrea showing up and stuff. So maybe I need a refresher as well. But it just seems there's a little bit of confusion. One of them, it doesn't even have to do with that. It's just I've touched on this before, and I'll touch on it again. As I see this misconception out there that the CPS seems to control where the kids go, right? And I see this constantly posted, this question posed: why do CPS keep giving him his kids back? CPS does not keep giving him his kids back. I want to clear that up right now. Shout out to Kentucky CPS. They do their job. When there's a report, they investigate, and if it warrants it, they'll remove the children from the environment if they think it's in the best interest of the children at that time. That's their job, and that's what they've done. It's the courts that decide where the kids go, right? All they can do is present their evidences of why they did what they did, their recommendations, but you're dealing with a conservative court system, with a conservative judge, and in most cases, it really is better, even if it's a shitty home environment, to actually have a home environment to tear the kids away. But that's who makes the decision here, folks. So it's not CPS, is not, 2 of them I've heard is that they keep giving the kids back, and 2 that they're giving them to Andrea. That second one, they are not, I am not aware of any plans for CPS to give the kids back to Andrea. And I would be extremely surprised if they even considered that. Now, where does this confusion come from? Well, let's go back to what Cousin Larry was saying. And again, you got to take it all with a grain of salt, folks. Got to take it all with a grain of salt. But as I understood it, there's 2 different issues going on and 2 different court dates. There was supposedly one that was to happen, what was it, today or yesterday? That was to do with the kids being removed. Von Helden had to show up to court to find out what the next step or what was going on with his kids, right? The second court date, which I believe was supposed to be in April, was actually Von going to court to try to get power of attorney of his mother. Now, the second one is the only one, really, to be honest, that any of the Frosts have anything to do with. Where I think the confusion came in for a lot of people is because Cousin Larry seemed to think that he could just show up at Von Helden's first court date to do with the children and talk to the judge and convince him not to give the kids back, which, of course, I doubt very much. I don't know how it works in Kentucky, but I doubt very much that Cousin Larry can just walk in and yell from the bleachers, Judge, don't give him his kids back. And the judge is like, you're right. I don't think, and it was Larry that was the one that was trying to talk Andrea into going with him to get the kids back. But again, that's not how it works, just because she shows up. And listen, I don't want to knock Andrea. It looks like she's been doing a lot better. Power to her, just keep going forward. You're in the right direction, and I wish nothing but the best for her. But let's be honest, folks. This is someone that's living in a one-bedroom apartment with her mother that has issues, to put it mildly, who just had a baby that she had to adopt off to a family member because she's unable to care for it. They are not going to give her the children. So I just wanted to clear all that confusion up right now. Now, what is the update? Again, I don't have a whole lot of information. What I can gather from what he sent me, he said that the issue with the kids, the court date that was supposed to be today or whatever, was pushed to April, at least for now. And to the best of his knowledge, what he said to me was that the kids are still gone. So that's what I know. That's what I'm passing on. But we can touch on that a little bit later. I'm getting a little cotton-mouthed here. So let's move this right along. We don't have time to waste. Again, we got it blurry here. We changed it up a little bit. I got into the Miller. Fuck you, Bill, talking shit about my beer. Like I'm going to listen to a bunch of fucking Americans about beer or cigarettes. All right. Over the Miller time. I was going to get Corona, but I thought that would be just a little too tongue-in-cheek. There we go. That wet my whistle. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. There we go. So, like I said, we have a cast of characters tonight. And the theme is going to be self-isolation and COVID-19. I'm going to see what they're take. Again, disclaimer, there's going to be a lot of disinformation here, folks, but like I said, just listen to the medical professionals, follow the steps. We'll all be fine. We'll sit it out in our self-isolation exile. And until it's all over, I'll see you on the other side.
You know the day destroys the night, night divides the day. Try to run, try to hide, break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side, yeah. We chased our pleasures here, dug our treasures there, but can you recall the time we cried? Break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Everybody loves my baby. Everybody loves my baby. She gets, oh. I found an island in your arms, a country in your eyes. Arms are chained, eyes are light. Bring on through to the other side. Bring on through to the other side. Bring on through. Oh yeah. Made the scene week to week, day to day, hour to hour. The gate is straight, deep and wide. Bring on through to the other side. Bring on through to the other side. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Say bye-bye, Boo Bear. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.
So just cooking this amazing curry. It tastes so good already. Oh my god, there's like all kinds of goodies. There's chicken, potatoes, carrots, bell peppers, and all kinds of. Look, that's me. Oh, hey, girl. Ain't nobody got time for no coronavirus. Be out here living the good life. So as soon as I'm done breaking my fast today, guys, at 5 or 6, at 6, I'm going to be eating this good chicken curry that I made. It's so good, guys. It's anointed chicken curry. You want some, Tila?
It's anointed.
OMG. Ain't nobody got time for no coronavirus. OMG. Yummy.
So a little cooking with tequila going on here. We haven't been checking in on her, to be honest. She's just kind of doing her usual ranting. She's, between sexually harassing police officers and figuring out how e-begging actually works. She's got, so it's no surprise she has gotten good at e-begging. Quite quickly, she has caught on. We're going to be taking a look at a few other scumbags that are exploiting this whole situation. But listen, folks, who better than the Bride of Christ to consult in this time of need? Because, of course, Tila has all the answers for coronavirus. Here's a PSA from the Bride of Christ.
Hey, guys. So, do you have the...
Now, first of all, I do apologize that her kid's in the back. I don't want to watch too much of this. But, yeah.
coronavirus? Well...
Now, first of all, I think it's worth stating, these masks that I'm seeing these idiots wear, they really are quite ineffective. Like, preventing the spread of COVID-19. I mean, this one doesn't even, like, seal up around the face at all. But typically, these types of masks don't really... Though I will say she's starting to get the shanty chin under there, where it's kind of making a kind of a lock, but I don't think around here. But the only thing they're really effective at, maybe keeping you from touching your nose and your mouth, and secondly, I guess if you're sick and you cough and sneeze, it's going to restrict the distribution of respiratory droplets. But for the most part, these don't work. But assuming that you believe they really do work, I just think it's funny that she's the one with the mask and the kid is the one back there playing with a rubber glove. It's nice to know that she's taking this whole thing seriously.
No worries, because I am the coronavirus.
I'm the
here.
doctor, and Mommy's the doctor, and Annabelle's the doctor.
And Annabelle's the doctor. So we are here to do a checkup on y'all. So let me put on my gloves. You got your gloves, Isabella?
Yeah, I do.
So we got gloves here. I'm going to need you to bend over, sir. I need you to bend over. Bend over. I'm just going to check your bung hole. Whoa, this gloves. Hey, Chloe, do you have the coronavirus? Because we are nurses for the Lord Jesus Christ, and we can heal you. Oh, God, I think I have the coronavirus. So, everybody, I need you to bend over. So I got to check you. Oh, here, give me this. Oh, Annabelle, I got you one, too.
Here, let me take your mask.
So, oh, wait, I have mine backwards, bro. Oops. Oh, sorry. Oops. Good thing I have another one. I had it on backwards. What? The gloves? I gave you 2 already.
No.
Oh, this
I threw the gloves at you.
This was the last one. I broke it. I gave
This is the last one. I broke it, but I need it for a video, so fuck you, kid.
you this one. Hold on, guys. It's a
Here, play with the broken one that Mummy already had over her mouth coughing in.
one that you keep your... Oh, I thank you. It's actually a...
Though I think probably, I don't know if modern medicine could explain it per se, but she's probably had enough combinations of both drugs and STDs in her system at one time or another. She's probably immune, but has she passed that? on to her children. I'm not sure. The only thing I see her passing to her children are broken medical supplies.
Dress. It's very beautiful. So I'm in my doctor uniform. They're sending us to China. So I might not come back for a while, guys. We got to go to China, and then we're going to go to different parts of the United States to check you. So I need you to bend over while I pat you down. Actually, I was given this for free because, you know, I'm a nurse. I'm a nurse. And my children are nurses, and we work for the Lord Jesus Christ. So with one touch of my hand, your coronavirus will go away. Oh, man, I broke it.
Mommy.
Sorry, hold on.
Sorry, I needed them for YouTube videos.
Pop in the name of Jesus. My shirt. Oh, I thank you. Didn't you say that already? I said it's a dress, Chloanne. Pay attention. It's not a. It's a dress. Here, let me show you. It's a very pretty dress. Like it goes all the way here, and I wear.
All right, folks. I don't know. I'm still having this. I don't know, prego or just getting fat. Because, I mean, her gut doesn't seem to be, I don't know. How many months along would she have to be now? Maybe she's just getting fat. I mean, she's definitely putting on weight in the legs and the arms. Definitely in the ass. I mean, if she's claiming she's losing weight, I found it. It's at the back. I don't know. Shouldn't her stomach be showing a little bit more? I don't know, ladies out there, you tell me. You know all the tricks. Tricks and charms and spells of a woman. Just fat. I don't know. I'm starting to lean to just fat because it's starting to get a little bit late here. We should be seeing a little more development or something. I don't know. I don't know, folks. You have to keep our eye on this one.
For my little cute little boots. Yeah, I know. I'm so cute. And look, I'm so glowing. I don't even have much. I don't have nothing. Look, I'm just always glowing and beautiful, guys. So we're going to do our coronavirus daily rounds for today. I got to put this back on. Isabella, I always broke this. I'm going to go home and glue this back on. So, guys, Annabelle, you have my other glove? Oh, it's around her neck. Get it. It's behind her head. Can you reach?
I love that. Yeah, I threw a rubber glove back at my kid to play with. I'm too busy to like pay attention. What she do? Oh, she's got it around her neck. Hey, the other kid in the high chair, can you look after it? Because I'm so busy doing a YouTube video.
That?
It's like giving your kids like plastic grocery bags to go play with. Go in the closet, play with these grocery bags, put them over your head, see who passes out first.
So, if anyone has coronavirus, press 1.
Mommy, can I tell you something? I have to unbuckle my seatbelt.
Why?
Because I can't reach.
Oh, okay.
Because I can't do your job. Mom, can I unbuckle the seatbelt so I can do your job as a parent and unravel the rubber glove around my sister's neck because you're neglectful and you gave her a fucking rubber glove to play with?
You can't reach this right behind her neck. So anyways, why, thank you so much, guys. So good news. I don't want to catch coronavirus in case y'all have it. So I got to put this on my, oh, you have a coronavirus, Big Vegas, of course. Thank you. Sit down, please. Let me put this other one on and make sure I'm here to check you today, everybody who has coronavirus. All right, here we go.
She's like, oh, thanks. You did that to bring me a glove.
All right, so I have a, oh, it's blood. That is blood.
Sounds like meth cough.
Ooh, I got coronavirus. So, guys, I'm here to save you all from this disease. I have my nurse's glove. Everybody bend over. And I'm going to shove my hands up your anus just to check, like, your stool to see if it's, like, you know, green colored. If you have, like, green colored stool and it's
Again, we're going to be hearing a lot of misinformation on this show tonight, folks. Just want to make that absolutely clear for those just tuning in.
It's like wet and soggy, you definitely have coronavirus. So, yes, I am immune to all the viruses. I'm immune. Bitch, don't y'all listen how I'm literally a nurse. Like, that's what I do. I'm a nurse, bro. So that's a secret job that I have. No, I'm literally a nurse. Y'all didn't know that, y'all fucking dumb. I'm not.
I'm pretty sure that's a blatant lie. And I love how she's like acting like this right in front of her kids. Just.
I'm literally a nurse at the hospital. They just gave me this because I work part-time as a nurse. Y'all didn't know that. You thought it was just some bimbo. So, anyways, no, it's true. In the name of Jesus, on God, I'm a part-time nurse. Like, y'all didn't know that. Y'all so dumb. So anyways. All right, guys. Well, I got to get back to the hospital to fix all these coronavirus people. And you know, I'm not scared. But they require that I put on my, you know, nurse uniform and everything before I get in there and sanitize my hand and everything. No, really. I'm a part-time nurse. Y'all didn't know that? No, I really am. They just gave me this at the hospital. So every time I go in there, you know, they require that I put this on for safety measures or whatever. So anyway,
or whatever.
I gotta go. I mean, now, look, my hotness level just skyrocketed like 1,000. Like, oh, she's a nurse. Like, for real? Like, yeah, no, for real. How y'all think I get paid?
I would say if she is pregnant, it would be just a matter of time till she cashes in on the prego porn. Starts throwing that shit out there. I'm just saying. Anyways, let's change gears a little bit, folks. So that's what Tila's been up to. Surprise. Let's switch gears to a different kind of crazy. Someone else we haven't checked into for a little bit.
Hi, you guys. I wanted to make a video mainly about the coronavirus, which has become big news everywhere. I wanted to give you some advice about how to deal with it. Of course, I'm not trying to go against the CDC, but there's some stuff going on that they're not reporting. And I'm going to be speaking to my men. I think you need to have Gabriel Chan of Fox News break into the mainstream news broadcasts and get people some more information about how to deal with the coronavirus. You might say, what are we not hearing? Well, what you're not hearing is I believe that my men have undertaken an immunization program. And basically it works by, they're dropping something over your head. They're putting stuff in the air. I'm not sure how they're doing it because they haven't been communicating with me. And I think it's because we've got a court case going on with my family and Lauren McBride. But they're putting stuff in the air and you get immunized just by breathing in the air. So there's nothing you have to do. But it does help, I think, if you're able to go outside and get in the sun. It's going to help you to get good vitamin D. So if you don't have a fever and you're not sick, you know, then go outside, do the Gale commandments. That's the best thing you can do to deal with the coronavirus or any, it's the healthiest thing you can do. Jesus Christ is the one who made the Gale commandments. So Seroquel is a good medication to be on to help with yeast because Lori is still dropping her yeast bombs. The coronavirus, actually, she seems to be modifying what she's doing with her yeast bombs. I don't know if it's just for me or whether she's doing this to everyone, but for the past, oh God, but for somebody's out there doing yard work, but for the past, just ignore them if you can hear them. But like for the past month or so, I've had, the past 2 weeks, I have noticed a feeling of like a very slight burning sore throat, very slight. And it comes and goes. And I also...
Again, folks, for those just tuning in, you're going to hear a whole lot of misinformation tonight. But oh, how sweet it is. So yes, yeast bombs. You got to be careful of those when you're out getting your vitamin D to help fight the coronavirus, folks. Yeast bombs. Not eat bombs, yeast bombs.
I have like burning eyes, and it kind of like burns, but it's mostly in the throat. And I'm not sure how she's doing it. And other symptoms I have are gassiness and a little bit of diarrhea, So whatever's in the bombs that she's dropping over our head is, it's like she knows I'm making a video and she's having somebody out there make a bunch of noise, but I'm probably hearing it more than you all are because I don't think my microphone's picking it up. But if it is, just ignore it. So the thing is, don't panic if you have like an acidy feeling, sore throat. Check your temperature. If you don't, my temperature's been like 97.5, 98.1. The highest was 98.3 right after I came back from a walk in the sun. So just check your temperature. And if you don't have a fever and you're not sick, you know, and you don't have upper respiratory, you don't have breathing problems, then you can just relax. Just relax. More than likely, the burny sore throat may be coming from the bombs that Lori's dropping over your head. And it's not COVID-19, it's something else.
Very important information there, folks. So if you have a burning sensation around your eyes or your throat, or possibly even your anus, you want to make sure to get that checked, because it may not be COVID-19. It may be yeast bombs being dropped by Melania Trump, because of the whole pube gate thing. And if you didn't follow that, you can go back and check it out. Maybe
a yeast bomb. See, the symptoms that I have is I've got a burning sore throat that comes and goes. I've got flatulence. I've got bloating. I've got a little bit of diarrhea. And the burning also feels like it's in the intestines sometimes. So that's not COVID-19. That's something else. And it's what she's dropping, I believe, yeast bombs, but she's added something else to the mix to make you feel like you have a burning sore throat, and maybe to cause you to panic and to think, oh no, I've got COVID-19. I gotta panic, you know, and stick and hunker down. If you don't have a fever, if you do not have a fever.
I love how she's got Trump playing on the little TV in the background. You guys notice that? I don't know.
Okay. And if you're not coughing, I mean, I get a little bit of a dry cough from the yeast. And so have you noticed even in the past year, when I make a video, sometimes the yeast will make me cough. So a yeast cough, there's no congestion though. It's a dry cough, but then she appears to have created COVID-19 so that a lot of the symptoms of COVID-19 are very similar to the symptoms of the yeast infection that she's given you all from the bombs. So it's probably making you think you have COVID-19. So you're saying don't do social distancing? I think do everything the CDC is telling you to do, but don't panic. I hate that noise. I just ignore them. It's like they know that I'm making this video. So just don't panic. My men have got an immunization program going on right now, and I don't know if they're dropping bombs or what they're doing, but it's possible that while your body's being immunized, that Lori McBride could be using brain control, or she could be actually dropping stuff in bombs over your head to give you an acidy sore throat. She's trying to undo the immunization, which of course makes sense. Since for the past 2 months, she's been on a rampage trying to make everybody sick with her bombs over everybody's head. And you remember a couple months ago, I showed you the swollen eyes that I got from that, which fortunately has completely healed. But the point is, she's been on a germ rampage, and apparently she created COVID-19. You said, you really believe she created it? Yes, I do believe this is a Lori McBride human engineered germ. And you might say, how do you think she did it? She might have been working with Melania Trump when Melania was still alive. Right now we have a Melania Trump automaton appearing with Trump in public, but she might have been working with Melania Trump when Melania was still alive on COVID-19, because it actually started around November or December in Wuhan, China, they say. My personal feeling is because Melania had control over the US military, have you heard how China's accusing Trump? They're saying, Trump, it was your US military that did it. Actually, that may be true. But I don't think it was Trump. It was Melania Trump, not Donald. So it might have been Melania. It's possible that COVID-19 is a Melania Trump invention. And Lori McBride just went forward with Melania Trump's plans, even though Melania died. So It's possible it might have been the U.S. Army. It might have been a Melania. Melania Trump was in charge of the U.S. military up until about February the 6th or 7th when we executed her. And right now there's a Melania Trump has been making appearances with the Melania Trump automaton, and I hear that that Lori's been causing some complications with the automaton. And I've noticed Trump hasn't been making a lot of appearances with his wife lately.
You guys keeping track of all this? This is the untold history, the behind the scenes. This is how it all came to be, folks. This is hot. This is breaking. Okay.
I mean, in public, he was appearing with an automaton. Lori has been working with Melania. So yeah. I personal opinion, I can't prove this, but my guts tell me that COVID-19 was created in a U.S. Army lab under the direction of Melania Trump, who was a Lori McBride Jesuit up until the day of her death. The reason Melania got so powerful and that we had to do such extreme measures to take her out, where I had to put on a performance and pretend like there was Secret Service at my door when there wasn't, is because she had the entire U.S. military on her side. And you might say, how did she do that? Well, she threatened to kill me or harm me if Trump Donald wouldn't do what she wanted. And so because of that, she had the entire U.S. military. So my guess is, because this virus started around December, when Melania was in power and in control of the U.S. military, that it's very possible this could be something that was created in a bioengineered germ by the U.S. military under the direction of Melania Trump. So, but you can't really blame it on Donald, because he didn't want to do it. He was trying to protect me. So things got so bad, we had to take drastic measures. But thank God she's gone. Bad news is Lori McBride is working on is working on stuff that Melania started but wasn't able to finish. Apparently, maybe one of Melania's plots to try to take me out was to infect me with COVID-19.
Now, I haven't watched this whole thing. I'm just going to skip ahead because I'm fairly confident it's all kinds of crazy. It's only the crazier. Is there any gold we're going to skip? I don't know. That's the risk we take. Let's just jump up here a little bit and see what her story is.
Taking supplements or special foods in an attempt to improve a health condition or alleviate symptoms is off limits. Jesus has plenty of reasons for telling you this. Thou shalt store away savings. Okay. Anyways, those are the main ones. You do the Gale commandment, you're going to stay healthy. Okay. You may say, what do you think about social distancing? Probably a good idea right now. Do what they say. I'm not trying to negate the CDC. What I am trying to tell you is, don't panic. Stay calm. And whatever you do, keep on doing the Gale commandments. That's my main reason for making this video. I'm afraid when you start panicking and you stop doing the Gale commandments, like you stop taking your Seroquel because you think you're having breathing problems because 2 hours after because you got an acidy sore. Hey, Lori does appear to be dropping bombs that gives you a low grade burny sore throat. That sort of intermittent comes and goes. So I'm giving you a heads up about that. You must not panic. And so what she's trying to get you to do is to stop doing the Gale commandments. I think that's one of her biggest reasons for COVID-19. I believe Lori McBride wants you to stop doing the Gale commandments. You can practice social distancing by going outside, but avoiding crowds. Just walk on the street, I've been.
But if she's dropping bombs, why would you want to go out on the street? I don't know. Let's go up here a little bit.
And then you go around touching everything? I'm not so sure about the tissue part. This way's better. but tissues. But if you do use a tissue, make sure it covers your entire hand, and then you have to throw the tissue out.
Wise words, folks.
Which means all of our garbage cans are going to be a hazard zone. But then they've always been that way anyway. So yeah, do what they say. Practice social distancing. But then I've been doing that all along. I'm kind of like I'm an introvert, INFP, and I hate crowds. So yeah. And I think it's a good idea for the church services to be virtual right now, online. So I don't have a problem with any.
Yeah, I notice all the churches, you know, they've taken the like holy water out, and I don't want to digress and decide to a rant about that, but I just think it's kind of ironic. I'm just saying. But let's let Gale round out her thoughts here, and we got something special next. We got something coming up here, folks.
Take the CDC's guidelines, as long as you don't carry it to an extreme. Like, you don't need to wipe down all your walls. This isn't Ebola, you know. It's like you don't need to go in a frenzy and every hour, just wiping everything down. Unless, use common sense. Don't panic. You know, I think the most important thing is focus on keeping your hands clean. If you can focus on keeping your hands clean, that'll lessen the work everywhere else. Unless somebody's sick in your house and they're coughing all over the place, then you'll have to do things different. They're actually giving you a lot of good advice, but don't panic. Do the Gale commandments. Go out and get some vitamin D sunshine.
Even though they're dropping bombs on you. And the Seroquel. Don't forget the Seroquel, folks.
You might say, oh, you're sniffling, you've got it. You know, maybe I do have it. Maybe part of the immunity that maybe my men have to give everybody a low-grade COVID-19 infection to give everybody immunity. I don't know. But then I'm practicing social distancing anyway, so it doesn't matter. But then I've always had sniffly nose. This is allergy season. And not only that, I'm allergic to yeast toxin, and she's dropping yeast bombs over my head. So if you haven't noticed, I'm always sniffling year round. So just because I'm sniffling doesn't mean I have COVID-19. I do have diarrhea. Which is not a COVID-19. This is upper respiratory infection. So yeah. Okay, folks, do the Gale commandments.
She's quite open about her bowel movements. You know, I've noticed that with Gale. She's quite forward with that kind of information. But folks, that's just one. So that's one perspective. Let's take a look at another perspective. Let's take a look at another tactic at dealing with COVID-19. Now, Nick Bravo seems to believe that he can overcome COVID-19 through sheer will. Can I review the Gale commandments? I don't have them memorized off by heart. But we can do that sometime. We can definitely do that. But yes, Nick Bravo believes through his sheer will, he can overcome coronavirus. His advice, let the fever take hold and burn out the virus.
I say unto my brethren, we are at an apex. We are at a crossroads of time and space. We have a choice to make. We can conquer or we can submit. We can declare our sovereignty or we can be a bitch. Let the fever take hold of you. Allow the fever to be that which is. I give unto you the scientific explanation, the comments to the video, which speaks what I have been thinking for days as I fight the coronavirus within my realm. My realm stretches forth across the middle of nowhere. I am sovereign. I am free. I am divine. But this coronavirus, it dares to tread upon my territory. No! No! I bring unto you the evidence.
Yeah, I think this is a particular individual situation that Seroquel may actually benefit. It's nice to see that he's taken the advice from the hangout we did together, where he's taken proactive steps to becoming a, quote, legitimate YouTube content creator as he so desperately wanted. Anyways.
Let the fevers burn. Let them burn the virus. I say unto the coronavirus, welcome to hell, for you will burn. And my people shall be saved. For I am the promise and the power of the Creator. You dare to come onto my sovereign land. You will be burned. Let the fever take hold of you, for it is your flesh consuming the coronavirus. Those evil who demand you submit to the virus are nothing more than fools. I conquer them, for I am the sovereign source of all within my realm. I am. And I have given.
So in and out of this video, I've noticed skimming through, there's like sections where it's kind of like Nick Bravo's psychotic ASMR. I mean, maybe that's a thing he can get into. I don't know how it would all work because I think people use ASMR to relax, right? I don't know. That guy looking like this, whispering at you would be relaxing per se, but I think some people would be into it.
Given unto you.
Kratom is a hell of a drug, folks.
As I do again, scientific realm, the scientific explanation which this realm demands, that let the fever burn within you. You are stronger than you think. You are more powerful than you think. You are more powerful than you know. You are sovereign unto yourself, for this is the law of reality given form. And let the coronavirus burn in its pathetic trespass against a sovereign being. spoken. And I prove it to you.
I'm really having a hard time seeing why this guy hasn't landed a lady yet.
By letting you, my viewers.
Just imagine, ladies, just close your eyes and imagine Nick Bravo whispering this into your ear as you feel as you feel his fucking stash and beard fucking gently tickle your neck.
My followers, my servants, know that the coronavirus is nothing more than a bitch to be ruled and reigned over by your sovereign soul. I speak unto you, my people, my brethren. We will conquer. We will rule. We will overcome that which dares to usurp our domain. And though many of my brethren sleep, I know they will hear my call. I know they will hear my call. And they will burn against the coronavirus to stand strong against the villainy. For I am the Lord, my God, I am Creator. And I give freedom, awareness of consciousness to my brethren.
That's right, Polly. Where's the basement wizard when we need him?
And they too will stand against the wickedness of those who inflict this pathetic virus upon the people of the planet Earth. We will consume. We will conquer. We will devour with great pleasure your pathetic coronavirus. Your virus is not the crown. It is not corona. It is in reality the ass of all viruses. It is the pathetic retard of all viruses, and it shall be burned away by the promise and power of human consciousness. Fuck you, coronavirus. We are sovereign. We are free. And we shall protect our sovereign realms.
All right, I think Corky's just running out of stuff to talk about at this point. But yeah, so these conditions, they're bringing out all kinds of crazy. That's for sure. But unfortunately, there's going to be people that exploit these situations. And I think what I witnessed last night, to share with you people, you good folks, is a perfect exposition of a grifter taking position and exploiting people's fears. Let me share that with you. Because guess who's back? Back again. Yes, folks, this is not a drill. Mr. Rancam himself has been back, apparently streaming daily on Facebook, and he's now moved back onto YouTube. He's got a message, folks. This guy is smooth. He's smooth in the way, let me be clear. He's smooth in the way of a greasy used car salesman. I mean, most people with two working brain cells and a set of eyes and ears can see this guy coming a mile away, right? But there's people that fall for it. And you're going to see that. Now, apparently, he's smooth. He builds this up. And listen, he pulls out some good points. Even he talks not in particular about what's going on. You know, this guy, I've noticed he's pretty slippery. And we'll talk about that a little bit later about plausible deniability and all that good stuff. But, I mean, he builds it up. He's a storyteller, folks. He builds it up. So he starts out talking about his situation, and he comments on, you know, this might be a while. There's going to be people that suffer. You know, you think you got it bad. There's going to be people that are just, you know, a broken clock is right twice a day. But how this motherfucker plays it, and to making it look like he's some kind of fucking hero down there, and people should be sending him money. Oh, it's smooth. And the icing on the cake is he even cries at the end. This guy is just going all for it. I got to give him credit. Now, just so you people know, because I know that my stream come out front, the restreaming of video and whatnot comes out choppy. And his internet, when he's doing this on his phone down in the Dominican or wherever the hell he is, it's really choppy. So I do apologize because it's going to be choppy. The audio should be fine. But, you know, the video will be crazy. It'll be increased because I do have crappy whatever going on. But his is really bad. So don't yell at me about Canadian fucking internet and getting Trudeau involved. You know, I don't want to get Trudeau out of bed this time of night. But I'll let him set up the story, and then we're going to take a look at the specifics. Because, again, this is a perfect exposition of how a grifter grifts. Let's watch it.
Welcome to Flat Out Elected. My name is Rand Campbell, and I am coming to you from the Dominican Republic, where we are in a 25-day lockdown. Oh, yes, you heard me correctly, 25-day lockdown. Everything is shut down with the exception of hospitals and places where you can purchase food. But outside of that, we're under a 25-day lockdown, according to the president of the Dominican Republic, President Medina. He had a speech yesterday, and he notified the country that we are definitely in a state of emergency, and we are under 25-day lockdown. I spend more time in segregation. Look, it is what it is. And I know that's an overused phrase, but we are where we are. This is the world you are living in right now, in this moment, in these days. And, you know, we've been saying for a long time now, those of us that have come to know this world for what it truly is, and those of us of which whom have identified the deceptions and the agendas of those that control and dictate and influence the direction of this world.
So, of course, he's got to throw in some conspiracy shit, right? Now, again, he does point out some points, but he spins it to somehow he's been victimized personally by all of this, right? Because I don't want to, I'm not going to, this thing's like an hour and some minutes. I'm not going to, you can go watch it if you want, but I'm just saying the first part's all the setup, right? And he's talking about how it's a desperate situation, how there's people in need. But then he doesn't, he makes sure to pepper throughout that all the great things that he's done for people, right? And how grateful that the people of the Dominican are that Rand is there to help them. For example, he's throwing out 50 pesos. Here's money, right? Here's food. And people are just there. I mean, how many of you out there have let homeless people live with you? He has done that. It even cost him his first marriage, he says. That's what he has given back to the community. I'm sure it wasn't misogyny and his abusive attitude towards women that causes his last. I don't know, but I'm just saying. Let's just skip ahead and listen to him pat himself on the back a little bit. Now he's not even saying he doesn't even believe necessarily that COVID-19 is even real, right? Just keep that in mind. Let's keep moving ahead.
This Wi-Fi issue. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Fuck.
The amount of fear and panic that you witness right now with these people, people that are in Christ are not in a state of panic right now. People that are in Christ are not in a state of worrying, concern, and fear. And not for ourselves. We may have it for others. We may have it for loved ones. We may have it for, the people of this world that are lost and being obedient to a system that has done nothing but lie to them. We may have.
So he's basically setting up this narrative, right? And he peppers throughout it. Don't trust the government. Don't trust what they're telling you. You got to look after yourself. We got to look after each other. I look after other people. So you can help other people by helping me. This is the big setup that he's kind of building to here, folks.
A concern and a fear for them. But
and he's good too. Like, well, stay calm. If you're with Jesus, you're going to be okay. But this is pretty scary. He keeps. I mean, the name of this video, I think, is something like "Fear Virus Activated." Like, I mean, it's all fear mongering, right? And sensationalism. Yeah.
I know for myself personally, I have no fear for me in this. That I know Christ has this. I know He got me. Look at, He pulled me out of the garbage. He brushed me off, cleaned me up, renewed my mind, and put me on a path home to God. He said He is the truth and life, and nobody gets to the Father but through Him. And what I'm telling you is, if you are truly in Christ, that's your path, that's your destiny, that's where you're going.
This is interesting because I see Kent Hovind do the same thing, and he touches on this later. He uses the same technique. See, these guys are good at e-begging without overtly e-begging, though we're going to watch him overtly e-beg here in a minute. I wouldn't be playing this for nothing. But it's this little thing like Kent Hovind would always say in front of a crowd while holding back the tears, he's never asked for a cent doing what he does, but Jesus has always made sure that there's a check in the mailbox so he can continue to do his good work. And of course, these silver-haired elderly people that are trying to looking for any excuse to buy their way into heaven, hear that, and they feel kind of compelled to donate to help the cause, right? This is what he's building up, right?
This world, in my opinion, will never be the same. The sheeple will never, ever be the same again. A conscious shift occurred with the sheeple, with the people that trust and rely on this world, that love this world. They just had something happen to them. They don't even know what it is. They won't even recognize it, even if I pointed it out to them. The people of this world just got shifted into a consciousness where the fear factor, that dial, can be turned up or turned down at any point in their lives now.
And he's not fear-mongering at all here, folks.
They absorbed and digested the fear factor. They took it on and now became a part of their DNA. And those that hold the dial to the fear factor can turn it up at will.
All right, let's skip it.
And you're going to see that happen. I was, talking Bible. And I don't know what God you're serving, but the God I serve.
And by the way, he peppers throughout this as well that not just a handful, but literally hundreds of people are contacting him by email. His phone is ringing off the hook, folks, because he's consoling all these. They're looking to him for advice. I just want to point that out as well.
Absolutely, he judges. And I'm hoping that people are being judged right now in their hearts, that they repent of their sins, repent of their lives, get their face to the floor, get willing to give up everything they got. Because I'm going to tell you something, whether you're willing to give up what you got or not, God is getting ready to take it from you. I'm in a country right now, a third world country, where people have less than nothing. You think you got nothing? I got Asian people that come to my door every day looking to see if I can make them a sandwich, looking to see if I have something for them to eat, looking to see if they can get 50 pesos. I can't even tell you the amount of people that I give 50 pesos to or 100 pesos to, which isn't even much, but they're so grateful. Today I gave somebody 2 bottles of Diet Coca-Cola and a bag of Doritos. And she hugged me for about 20 minutes, laughed, came back, hugged me again, yelled and screamed, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, probably 50 times. She laughed. She went on her little motorcycle, turned around on a motorcycle and screamed, I love you, Rand. Thank you. For 2 bottles of Diet Coke and a bag of Doritos.
And that's just how great of a guy Rand Campbell is, folks. Because he later drops the bomb that he doesn't even have enough food at his house to last him 2 days. He doesn't have enough meat in his freezer. But he's such a great guy. Rand Campbell. I mean, it's not hard to believe that Mr. Look After Yourself, don't believe what they tell you, is just handing out all his supplies to the people of the Dominican, right? What can we do to help Rand Cam? Well, let's skip up here a little bit. Where is about the 33-minute mark? And about here. We'll make it. He makes it nice and clear what you can do. This is interesting. This is an interesting little piece of the video.
You are warning people. And we warned people about this. And
so now he's like stating his value, right? He's trying to validate his value in all this, that he's a warner, he's a truth speaker, right? He's the one that's actually out there helping the people. He's established, he's helping and making a difference in the real world, folks. And his stake in this is that he's been out there warning people for months. He's been doing the good work. So he's deserving of a little help, I guess. If you want to help people, the first person you want to look to is a felon. That's the person who you want to trust your money. Anyway, I digress. Let's watch this.
They didn't listen. But I'll tell you what, they mocked and insulted Noah right up until the doors shut and it started raining. And what I'm telling you is that they mock and insult me all the time. You're not the only ones. I get mocked and insulted on a regular basis. I could walk down there at any given point in time of the day, and somebody's going to yell, "Oh, here comes Flat Earth Rand." Hey, Rand, is the earth still flat? I don't know. Is your coffee table still flat, or do you have a spinning wet ball rocket that you put your...
See, this is an interesting turn in narrative as well, right? Because before he was the community savior, but now it's convenient in the story, or in the narrative, I should say, to know what it feels like. See, what he's doing is he's making a connection with a certain audience, that certain individual that will donate to him, that will give money to him, right? He's found his audience. Now he's reaching out to his, I feel your pain. People laugh at me too, because they say I'm a little bit crazy for believing this stuff. He's looking for just enough crazy that'll buy into his bullshit. And this guy's smooth. He knows what he's doing, man. He knows his audience. Oh, it gets better.
Coffee on in the morning. Oh, Rand, you still believe in Jesus? Yep, and guess what? He believes in you. You might want to think about believing in him. Yeah, my email address, I don't know if anybody put it up. I hope somebody put it up for me. I can't see it. Thank you, by the way, for the $10 donation. I appreciate it. Just so you guys know, and I appreciate the super chats, but the super chats I don't get for 3 months. And they take, I think, 3% of it. Blah, 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 blah. And anyway, not that I don't appreciate it, I do. But I would prefer right now, we're looking real seriously at a situation where...
Now, notice how he's pivoted it back around, right? It's a serious situation because now he knows he's got people on the line. Now, keep in mind, he's just talking about the one super chat donation. I know there was between $30, $50 given in super chat until he flips it over and makes people aware of this PayPal. Now, listen very carefully to what happens next as he starts stirring that fear-mongering pot again. Just check it out. Listen carefully.
A lot of people here are going to be without food over the next week or two. Most of them are out of food right now. I mean, most of the people that I know here are suffering with zero food as it is. I don't even know how they're going to process 25 days of a lockdown. But if it's in your hearts, if it's in your ability, look, hit my PayPal. It's under all my videos. You'll see a PayPal link. If you've got it, give it. You're not giving it to me. I got nothing. You're not giving me anything.
You're not getting, trust the ex-felon, folks. You're not giving him any money, even though it's a 25-day lockdown. And he says If he has, I don't know, maybe it was earlier, but I think he comes up, he actually states these people can't get out to buy any food. How the hell is giving him money going to get them out to buy food? All you're doing is putting money into his account. And that's what I mean. He's slick with he never actually states what he's going to do to help. So no matter whatever happens, he's just like, well, I never said I was going to do anything with the money. I'm just saying help me so I can help other people, right? Oh, he's slick.
Jesus Christ, you can't give me anything more than I already got. I got a relationship with my Lord and Savior. If it's in your budget, in your financial ability to throw a little something to some people.
Hear that phone going? Every time, I don't know if you heard that, but listen, that phone keeps going off. And every time you hear that little of the phone, I want you to think of like Mario Brothers when you're punching the fucking block, you know what I mean? You're getting the gold coins. Or like a cash register ring. Now he later covers and tries to spin it and say someone's calling him because everyone's calling him. But listen, this guy is not new to streaming or anything. He knows to turn off all these things. These are notifications coming in. I believe. I don't have any way to prove it, but I am more likely to incline. These are notifications coming in of people hitting his PayPal or something. Because I think it's like more than we don't believe in coincidences around here, folks. Just listen to this thing go off. Ever since he mentioned it and started bringing up how people need this, they're notifications. Anyways.
That right now,
listen carefully,
are under a very serious situation. If you got it in your budget or in your ability to help out people that are in a vital situation. I'm not even kidding. The only thing moving in this country are palm trees. Thank God for that breeze coming off the ocean tonight. I love you, Jesus. Look, somebody keeps calling me. I got people panicking.
They're calling them, folks. People are panicking. What can you do to help?
Everywhere. I got people panicking in Canada. I got people panicking here in this country. I got people panicking in the US. I've done more counseling in the last 24 hours than I've done in my entire life. And make no mistake about it, I've done a lot of counseling. From drug addiction to getting your life together, to dealing with situations in people's lives, to bringing people in off the street that had nowhere to live. My ex-wife in Canada couldn't stand it. She kept looking out the driveway every Friday night thinking I was going to bring a homeless person home. I had 23 homeless men in my house over an 18-year relationship. I think that's finally what broke it. But at any rate, what I'm telling you is that, you know, I put a post up on Facebook. Out of all of you people that are in self-quarantine and taking your orders in pure and utter obedience, how many of you are willing to take a homeless person into your house right now so they can quarantine?
Well, wait a minute. First of all, how many fucking homeless people you got living with you, Rand, right now? And two, you're following the rules like everybody else. So why are you calling out people like it's a bad thing to follow the rules right now? Again, this is a man who's not even totally convinced that this thing's real. At least that's what he says, right? You got to understand, this guy's like a wrestling villain, right? He loves to play the heel. This is a character. Ooh. Someone's making out with the toilet paper. Anyways.
If you don't quarantine the homeless, your 14-day quarantine ain't going to matter. You're going to walk out of your house in 14 days to a contaminated environment if the virus actually exists, because where are the homeless people going? And if you start seeing homeless people leaving the streets, make no mistake about it, the FEMA camps are open for business. The FEMA camps are 100% open for business.
Which they're actually kind of supposed to be in these situations. I mean... But anyways, you get the idea. I just want to skip to the end. Where are we? Well, actually, there's something around 44 minutes where he does some good fear mongering. Let's skip up here a bit. Yeah, we'll just play it from there.
Be the same. You have shifted into the fear factor.
Into the fear factor.
My Lord and Savior said, he that is in you is greater than he that is in this world. You got nothing to fear. You got nothing to fear. Oh, somebody praise God. I got glasses with two arms today. Isn't that something? The only problem is that they're a little bit feminine. I don't really like that. But according to this statistics, only men and women are catching the coronavirus. So that means if you're a transgender, it avoids you. Transgenders ain't catching the coronavirus, only men and women. Isn't that interesting? Look, let me just say this to you guys before I let you go, because I love you. You know I love you. And
he plays this nice too. They always say, "I'm going to go before I let you go." It's because he's noticing that the probably hits are coming low. He's want to get that last round of donations, folks. Last round.
We're here in the Dominican under a 25-day lockdown. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to provide enough food to keep people from starving to death and killing each other, but I'm going to.
He is going to provide people with enough food to keep them from killing each other. Folks, you better donate. You better help Rand help people. Let Rand help you, help Rand help people. Because this is the greasy motherfucker that you want to trust with your money. Again, he hasn't actually said what the hell he's going to do with the money. He's just like, send me money because this is going to be crazy and I got to help people. Without actually saying how he's going to help people. That's the brilliance.
Certainly put it in the hands of God.
Got to look after it, folks.
I don't have enough food in my own fridge to get past 2 days, so I don't know, how this is going to work out. But I certainly.
Oh, there it is. There it is, folks. I don't even have enough food in my freezer for the next 2 days. I know, but Jesus will provide. My PayPal again is.
Really trust in my Lord and Savior, and I certainly know that my Lord and Savior isn't going to let a servant for Him. I'm His servant. I have bowed. I have put my face to the floor for Him. I don't think He's going to let me.
And what's nice is if they do hit their little mark that they have in their head, if he has in his head, look, I want to make at least $100. Like, listen, I'm not saying he's making thousands or nothing. Like this is, but I mean, let's say like tonight his goal was like $100, and right now he's seeing it slow down. He's about at 80. He's like, you know what? I'll close it out. I goes close. I'm gonna give him a little something. I think up around here he starts praying and shit.
This video, if you missed it, there's a lot of good stuff in it. Be able to accept what's happening with the courage that Christ had as He walked that cross up that hill.
This makes it all legit, but folks, like I said, the icing on the cake. He's fucking crying. He fucking cries.
Okay, guys. All right. Look, I love you guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm going to try to do an update video every single day. If you're not on my Facebook, I do Facebook Lives every day now. I just started last week. If you have Facebook, it's Randy Ace, RANDYACE.
When you're willing to go for it and actually cry, he actually, I don't know if we got there yet, but he actually is like wiping his eyes and shit. Like that's going for it, folks. You got to give credit where credit is due. This guy is an experienced grifter.
Randy Ace. I noticed that a couple of you guys added me.
There's a few more eye wipes, folks. Spirit has moved him. Please help Rand fill his freezer.
Over the last couple of days. So yeah, come on my Facebook. Come on, man. It's a nice place for us to talk, and it's a nice place for me to be able to put out some messages if you guys are encouraged to come hear them. Look, I love you guys. I really, really, really love you guys. Thank you so much for coming here. Thank you so much for sharing this evening with me.
And thank you for hitting that PayPal. Well, let's change gears a little bit, folks. Let's we haven't checked in with old Cobra in a little while now. He hasn't been talking too much. I mean, maybe he's ranted about the COVID-19 and everything that's going on, but he's been pretty preoccupied with his new tattoo. His videos have been pretty boring, even by a Cobra standard. I mean, for most of it, he's just been like kind of staring at the camera with his mouth, gaping open, just kind of sucking up donations and then shutting down. Thank goodness that there's someone like Bite Size Cobra that collects these. Here's another little compilation. But by the way, Bite Size Cobra Vids has got some documentary stuff coming out. You want to keep your eye on that. He just did one that was great. Apparently they're in the works with something else, and there's some other, I don't know if it's the same thing or not, but Cobra's been talking about some documentary coming out, a new one. So lots of exciting things on the horizon. But here's yet another compilation, a new compilation put together by Bite Size Cobra Vids of Cobra versus, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. We'll go to Cobra. And I got someone we're going to come back to. Just give me a sec here.
Out here on the front line right now, people.
That's not what I wanted.
And
Hey guys, targeted citizen.
out here.
There we go. Here's Cobra.
Bad boy King Cobra JFS back at you with another video. Oh, as always, are you ever gonna stop trolling? You're not even my real dad, dude. That's pretty fucking sad when people go to such lengths to troll me. Like, let's pretend to be Cobra's dad on the internet. This will be hilarious. Bye-bye, loser. Why so many dislikes? Because haters love to hate. Chris did not quit the show. He was never a part of the show. The thing of it is, when I have my friends on YouTube, they're not necessarily a part of the show. They're there, you know? Like they're a featured guest, if that makes any sense. Yeah, that's what they do. Even though I hid his account, the person made another one just to troll me. I'm like, you got blocked from my channel, so you make another one just to continue trolling me. That shows that I rule your sad, miserable life. You know that? That's what that shows, that you worship the ground I walk on, and secretly you can't handle it. So every time I block you from my channel, which I don't mind, because it's like I'm playing with my trolls before I destroy them. Well, if I'm not the real King Cobra, then how come I'm streaming on my King Cobra JFS channel? Hide user. Will the real King Cobra please stand up? I repeat, will the real King Cobra please stand up? So I got a harmonica in the mail. Thank you to whoever sent that. This is a Swan harmonica. Hashtag not a sponsor. Then check out swanharmonicas.com. Speaking of instruments, I bought this this bugle from an antique store. Let's see if it still works. Bugles are hard to play if you don't know what you're doing. If I can get one solid note at least. There we go. There we go. There we go. That was beautiful. I got a couple notes. What can we do to entertain the people on live stream? Oh, look it. Man, you're dusty as all hell, dude. God damn. I work at a funeral home. You work at a funeral home? Yeah. I'm used to seeing assholes with no lives, and today's no exception. Fuck you. Fuck you. Thank you, Of Age Fanboy, for the $2 donation. Delete his comment. Yeah, he's being a troll. I don't get why people do that. They'll sit there and, you just got deleted. Dude, leave the poor kid alone. I don't like him. I hated going to school with him. But ripping on him because his mom's dead is pretty fucked up, okay? His mom died of cancer. Leave the poor kid alone. Just because I don't like him doesn't give you the right to make fun of him. Your trolls suck. I know they do, Sean. I know. Full of trees and you can't smell your shadow nowadays. Oh, God. Ow! Yeah, that comment's going to get you banned. Bye-bye, troll. Oh, trolls are slayed. No, for real, Sean's 29. He's not a child. I'm not the one singing here. It's this guy. Cobes, you need singing lessons, and you need to get a life, dude. You sit there and donate just to talk shit. Hide user. Bye-bye, loser. You know, that's just how stupid my trolls are. Like, you can sit there and talk shit for free. You don't have to donate to talk shit. But you think just because you donate money to my Google AdSense that I'm not going to ban you for talking shit? Huh, that's hilarious. Right? I'm not being mean to my fans, dude. I'm being trolled. People will sit there and literally donate money to talk shit. How is that me being mean? If anything, they're the ones being mean. Wow, you're not even my real dad, dude. I don't e-beg. I offer services in exchange for money. How am I an e-beggar if I say you don't have to donate, but it's greatly appreciated? An e-beggar wouldn't say that. Hide user from channel. You're not even my real dad, dude. Get bent. That's not my real father. Well, people seem to think I need singing lessons, which is funny because I'm a damn good singer. Get back up there, you bastard. If I can shriek like Danny Filth, I'm a pretty good singer. I'm just saying. Well then, let's pick a song to do while hanging out on live. No copyright infringement intended. That song belonged to Dio. All right, so I'm going to produce a green chi ball for you. That's my specialty. I can do any color, obviously, but green's one of my favorite colors. So, centering my chi. Thank you for donating your time, your money. You don't have to, but it's greatly appreciated. You know what I'm saying? What? Anyways, YouTube, thank you for watching the live stream, and I will definitely catch you cool cobras later.
Yeah, so I don't know if Cobra is the result of too much self-isolation or if he could benefit from more self-isolation. Oh, folks, thank you again for joining me on this yet another journey through the Weirdo Wonderland as we battle this virus that has plagued the globe. Again, full disclaimer, there's a lot of misinformation tonight. You want to listen to the actual medical professionals. Okay? Listen to medical professionals. Do not listen to these boneheads. But speaking of someone who may have suffered from too much self-isolation, let's check in on Targeted Citizen. Yes, you heard him before. The man who believes that pine cones in the trees conceal microphones, where the governments make bird sounds saying words like pistol. Excuse me. A man that believes they, quote unquote, sneak into his house and steal his spoons and break his plates to drive him crazy. Let's see what he's got to say.
Hey guys, Targeted Citizen here. Just going to go back over some more things from this hell my life has become due to targeting. This is Mr. Blunt County Bigfoot research. This video was posted, or picture was posted June 16, 2012. I told you guys that they will use anything that you watch on TV against you to help take you down. That was about the time that Bigfoot research group on TV came out on Animal Planet, whichever show it was. I kept hearing sounds like they play on that Bigfoot show. I kept seeing tracks everywhere. I went to my customer's yard.
Of course, as soon as he watches a show about Bigfoot on like the History Channel or A&E or some shit, of course, everywhere he goes, he's seeing Bigfoot tracks and hearing sounds, just like that show. I knew it must have been Bigfoot. What a coincidence. What a coincidence.
I noticed dead Bigfoot tracks in my customer's yards. I saw, whether it be a hologram or it was digitally imprinted onto my surveillance camera, I saw a 8 to 9 foot tall Bigfoot walk in my garage.
So whether it was a hologram, I don't know why these people, this guy is like a fucking dirtbag that lives, he's so non-important, why he would actually have you believe that the government, they, them, the Illuminati, the New World Order, the Jews, would go to all this trouble to play with his mind to actually cast holograms and digital imprints on his surveillance camera. Of course, it would be great if he played us some of that surveillance camera footage, claiming that he has an 8 to 9 foot fucking monster walking in his garage. I'm going to take a wild bet here, folks. I'm going to take a stab at it that he never presents that footage.
Went out the next morning with my camera. And
He waited till the next morning to go out with his camera. He waited till the night. Holy shit, there's an 8 or 9 foot Bigfoot out there. Anyways, gonna catch some shut eye, and we'll check it out in the morning, see if he's still there.
I took a picture of this footprint, and this footprint was 14.5 inches long, and it was down in the ground about 1.5 inches. So if it was a...
Well, thank God you got a picture of the footprint.
Whatever it may have been, beat in the ground with a hammer or whatever it could have been, this is what they used to help take me down.
This is what they used to help take me down, to drive me crazy. They're got energy weapons in my bone hole.
I saw whatever this creature was. I chased it through the woods at my house, and
he chased it through the woods, folks. Not only did he capture it on his surveillance camera, not only did he wait till the next morning, apparently, to take a picture of the footprint, while he was chasing this thing, he never thought once to take a picture of some video. That is almost unbelievable in this day. You notice that Bigfoots and UFOs and that the claims of sightings has greatly reduced since the advent of high definition cameras in your phones. Isn't that funny?
Called the police, but we know that cops are involved in it. So a cop did show up. Whether it was a real officer or not, I cannot tell you for sure. But of course, the main reason for that was to discredit me. You call in the Bigfoot, you say, hey, I saw Bigfoot. Or you see, I got pictures of a Bigfoot track, it makes you look crazy. And that's how this program is so effective, is they research everything in your life. They research any avenue in your mind they can go to tear you down. Is exactly what they do.
Okay, so he's trying to claim that they, quote unquote, are planting the Bigfoot sightings in an attempt to make him look crazy. Because what he's saying doesn't make him look crazy right now. Okay, I just want to make sure we're all up to speed right now.
It absolutely sounds insane. But this is when my targeting first really went overt. I started seeing people.
Why do the guys always have like a tore apart fucking motorcycle somewhere in their house?
Pull up in my trees.
It's a Sam Squanch.
Where there was actually literally people hiding up in my tree. This right here.
And taking pictures of repairs after the fact, but no before pictures. You just have to believe them. Like, this thing didn't have a roof, Your Honor. When I moved into this house, it didn't even have a roof. It only had 2 walls, no sink. I put that all in there. I only have the after pictures.
Right in here, that was a hunting blind. This right here is where I took a picture of a man up in the tree, full camo with a ghillie suit on, giving me the middle finger. I could see his gold ring. I called the neighbor over. The neighbor next door walked over, and the neighbor looked up and seen him in the trees. And let me tell you this: the neighbor was a first responder, so more than likely,
was he a hunter? Did he?
He was in on it. Okay. The neighbor called the sheriff. Sheriff shows up. And sheriff says, well, ain't nobody in that tree. And the sheriff looks up in the air and he says, hey, mister, answer me. And of course, the person didn't say a word. Didn't say nothing. Didn't respond at all. So then the cop goes with the whole thing. And also, this was 4 months of absolute terror reaped and heaped upon my life after they killed my fiance. I mean, absolute terror, nonstop, 24 hours a day. Hundreds of people in the woods at my house. I'd leave the house, they'd tear it up. Anything they could do to take me out is exactly what it was. Literally an army on my property. Literally an army.
Literally an army, folks. Literally.
At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you would hear a horn honk, and the woods would come alive. They'd start playing cicadas real loud at night, and crickets really loud during the day. That way I couldn't hear the footprints. But I literally saw people just stand up bush.
So they play cricket sounds. They play cricket sounds really late at night to cover the sound. Or in the daytime, apparently. In broad daylight. To cover the sound of the footprints. Because they're moving in on me.
Just start walking out of the woods, and a new set of people come in. And of course, the sheriff who came out that day to investigate The first thing they could do is what? Oh, you just found your fiance dead. Maybe you need to go to the hospital. Maybe we can get that straight. Let's get you to the hospital. And that's how they further take you down. But now you can see a better picture of it. But it was one of those plastic hunting blinds up in the tree. I mean, this was a huge tree on my property, but it was a big, huge plastic hunting blind. And if you look at this closer, I'll show you in a minute. But this right here, what you see is trees, right? Well, I can blow this picture up and show you that this picture is from a surveillance camera at a bar that I used to frequent. And this right here is a table with my family sitting at it. Now look a little closer. You see the people sitting there? You see the shirt? You see the flowered shirt right here, the blue flowered shirt? Yeah, these are ladies sitting at a table with me. See? This is a table at a dining room restaurant. But
is this what what? I think this guy is suffering from some COVID.
Look at it here. It's trees in the woods. But this is a dining room table. This picture came from a surveillance camera. So now when you look, you start seeing people, don't you? Look at there. Look at all the people you see. You see that person standing right there? Right there? That's a person back there getting ready to come in the door. See? Looks a little crazy that night. But you see the woman in the blue shirt? Right in the middle of the screen. Yeah, you wouldn't expect that, would you?
It's Alice. It's Alice Von Elton.
Amazing. Amazing. And if I can turn this camera 1,000 different ways, it's 1,000 different pictures. But this is my life from surveillance cameras. See that person standing? See, that's me without sleeves. That's me sitting at a bar in this picture. That's me standing there with my sleeveless shirt and a black t-shirt right there in the middle of the screen. More pictures. See that face right there? Right in the middle? Yeah, this is all my...
I think I just saw Paul McCartney, folks. It all ties together. It all comes full circle. I am the walrus.
Imagination, right? But you look closely, you see me right there in the middle. Right there's my face in the middle of the screen. See that? From another surveillance camera at another restaurant I was frequenting. Did you see it? Everywhere you look. This is pictures in pictures in pictures. So if you look through the trees, act like the trees are not even there. You look through them, and then the rest is reflection from the sunlight coming in big glass set of doors and windows at this local bar called Iron Thunder. It's a big glass wall, nothing but a wall of glass. And that's the reflection coming in. But you see all the white, that's what's behind that's what the surveillance camera is picking up. You see right there, it looks like two people hugging naked. Yeah, that's me and my fiance in my bedroom. And I'm getting ready to kind of blow your mind with that. I've got pictures already picked up. But you see, this is all people. Now, of course, you couldn't believe that. That would be too easy to believe. Well, I'm going to show you something about the believing part. I'm going to show you pictures that have already been blown up.
You ain't seen nothing.
And this is years ago when I photographed Joe Biden's black eyes because he's demonic.
Of course.
Just keep hold on. I'm going to show you something. Here's a picture right here. You see that picture? Let me bring it up. I shot this out of my parents' into their garage. Okay, but what you actually see, this picture was taken. It was a camera inside the electric radiator at my pop's house in my bedroom, and this was a bed, a twin bed. And what you see right in the middle is me standing naked over top of a girl that I just had a relation with.
What? What?
But you see my naked butt standing there? Yeah. Yeah, that's my naked self standing over. That was taken from the little on light on one of those portable heater radiator things.
Just for anybody from YouTube, obviously this man is delusional. I do not see any naked butts. I'm pretty confident that the powers that be, the Illuminati or whatever the hell he believes in, the perps, have not installed a camera into his little radiator light in his parents' or his old bedroom. I don't know. I don't even know. Why am I even trying to make sense of it, folks? Listen, let's move on. Let's get back to the virus and the hoarding situation. And who better to look to for advice in these times than the Queen Hoarder herself? I know we've all seen it, but let's go through it.
Out here on the front line right now, people.
The front line folks with a mask that's going to do absolutely nothing for you.
And I say this is the perfect time if you're going to get groceries, get them now, because
not to stir fear, not to like help drive this fucking manic behavior of hoarding that we see. But listen, folks, I'm going to fearmonger and tell y'all to get the hell out there and buy the things that are important. Oh, we're going to get to that.
There was no pasta.
I noticed in these videos, like, well, first she was suffering from the corona. And then, of course, her attitude shifted quite a bit when she got those fancy glasses. We'll talk about that in a minute, too. Because apparently she believes, it's like the movies. If you just put on a pair of glasses, you're instantly the smartest person on YouTube. And this is definitely the person that I would want to go to for advice on anything. But I do admire the quality or the ability that she has to make herself look completely grotesque. I mean, some would argue she always does, but I mean, when she purposely tries to make herself... This reminds me, do you guys remember George for Title? If you don't know who George for Title is, I'm not going to go into a whole side rant about who that guy is. But when the Fukushima shit went down, he made videos driving around in it was like a fucking paper painter suit and like dish gloves, and fucking he put makeup on his face to like act like radiation burns from Fukushima as he was driving around, like, I don't know, San Diego or wherever the hell it is he lives. This is what this reminds me of, right? I like the detail of those short little white hair things, whatever the hell it is, all over her gray zip-up hoodie. I think that is a nice touch for sure. I know, Baby Jane.
There's barely any flour.
Again, we have that Tila seal right there, though, folks. The Tila seal, if you'll notice.
There's barely any sugar. There's absolutely no fucking toilet paper. Everyone's shitting themselves. There's no paper towels.
Yeah, and Rev will suffer. I mean, that's his last sanctuary, apparently. That's where he spends most of his time making videos, is on the toilet. So that'll definitely... Oh, I'm sure they have the back loaded up. I'm sure they took the last fucking 8 packs that were left or something.
The cheese is wiped out.
Well, that's to counter the toilet paper shortage.
A lot of the cereal aisles are wiped out right now. It's like there's no fucking food. There's no food.
The thing with the mask, even though that it does little other than, it's a little bit of help. Again, touching your nose, your mouth. And if you yourself are sick, which she was proclaiming that she was, it would stop, to a certain degree, the distribution of those respiratory droplets we were talking about before. But if she really believes, other than just like posing for the camera, that this is really helping, I'll guarantee she's the only one using masks. I bet, like Tila, I bet her kids aren't getting masks or anything. That's just, I'm speculating, but I mean, I think that's a pretty safe bet.
So, congratulations, we're in the apocalypse. There's no fucking food left. Everyone has pretty much bought it
There is food left, folks. There's lots of food left.
out by now. We did. I got all the leave-ins I could possibly get at the grocery store. I got the shit that I know that we're gonna want when we're fucking starving. I got us some fucking bologna. We got some fucking cheese. We got some fucking chips. We got some fucking cookies. We got all.
Yeah, they got all the stuff that you're gonna need. Right? They didn't fuck medication. Fuck stuff that my kids, sustenance that my kids may actually need. We hoarded on the good shit. Bologna, cheese, which is probably the healthiest thing. Chips, cookies. Why?
Those fucking things you want when you're fucking starving, and don't.
You want food when you're starving. This is like feeding people moose meat. It'll fill your stomach, but it's giving you absolutely no nutrition. The idea that people are stocking up on things like flour and sugar and the necessities, because these are the building blocks for actually preparing meals for your family. Actual meals. How many people think that Shani has ever in her life actually prepared a meal? And no, boiling an egg or fucking making burnt toast or throwing shit into the microwave does not count as cooking a meal. I mean, do you think she's ever like peeled potatoes and cooked pork chops and a vegetable and just made like a normal meal, a roast in the crock pot? Baja Blast and fucking chips and cookies are not what you require in times of fucking need. This just shows you how fucking stupid this person is. But I digress.
Think that you don't fucking crave those when you're starving?
Yeah, you crave anything when you're starving. You don't go on. Oh my god. Anyways, yeah, I got a fucking truck full of chocolate bars, and fucking come on.
Because I know for a fact you do. Because I used to be a poor ass fucking bitch, and that's
No, you are a poor ass fucking bitch. I just want to make that clear. You do not have money. You have shit. You know, I was going to play the video after because when she gets her glasses, she wants to be intelligent, where she's actually giving us advice on the stock market and says some really dumb things. But then I thought, do I really even want to listen to that? I mean, why do I want to listen to Shani talk about yet another topic she knows absolutely nothing about? What would Shani know about the stock market? What advice could Shani actually give you? Find yourself a wet brain drunk that you can manipulate and spend all his money? Because that's it. That's as close as you're going to get to any kind. That's as close as she's been to the stock market. Is fucking spending the money. So I just thought, what an utter waste of time. Again, I digress. Let's move on.
what I fucking craved all the time.
Exactly.
So I got all the things that I know I want during an apocalypse.
Chips and cookies, and Baja Blast, and Tokyo Treat. I'm good. Fuck everybody else. Fuck my family. Fuck what my kids actually have to fucking are required to eat. Rev is a sucker, man. He's a fucking cuck. He's financing this whole fucking deluded, twisted reality that she is creating. She's a winning. I've said it before. She's winning. As far as Shandy's concerned, it's all win for her, man.
We're in a food shortage, and it's going to take a while for a food shortage. So I got more than 2 to 3 weeks of food.
She went and hoarded 2 to 3 weeks of fucking food. This fucking cow went in and wiped out shelves for no fucking reason because it's going to be restocked a week later. But now everybody that goes into that particular store is going to be like, geez. And the irony is she can't even wipe her ass. I'm just throwing that out there.
I got about 8 to 9 weeks worth of food.
8, okay, I don't believe her at all. But
just to make sure that my family is taken care of. Because this fucking...
Because fuck everybody else, and I'm going to make it an apocalypse.
World sucks, and we're all fucking dying, and everyone...
This is not fear-mongering. This is not helping, folks. Again, you're going to hear a lot of misinformation on this self-isolation extravaganza tonight. We're trying to combat it. Do not listen to Shani for advice on anything.
Everyone's fucking panicking and buying shit.
What is all that? Do they have a dog or a cat or something? I'm not even sure. Do they?
So...
Because whatever the hell it is, it's been sleeping on Shani's fucking sweater.
I did my duty for my freaking family. You guys do your duty for your family. Get some...
How can you do your duty for your fucking family when fucking big fat cows like you are cleaning off the fucking shelves? You fucking twat.
Groceries while there's some still left. There's barely any food left, dudes.
There's lots of food left, dudes.
This is fucked up shit. But I'll see you guys when I can, man. You guys have a good day. Peace and Maranatha, guys.
Yeah. So that I think that speaks for itself. Listen, folks, we're getting towards the end of our segment here tonight. Again, a lot of people were asked for updates with Von Helton. The only thing I can tell you, what I've heard from Cousin Larry, is that the kids are still gone. The court case has moved, in case you were interested. We covered all that earlier. Now, Von had just recently put out a new video after, of course, putting out that bold video talking about spending $360 of his mother's money on Skyrim. He released another one about the Babylonians, the hell was it? The Canaanites and shit. And even though I find that an interesting topic, it was just kind of boring. I didn't really want to dig into it here. So I thought I'd treat us all. Where are we here? I thought I'd treat us all to something from the vault. This is back. I believe this is one of, if not the first response that Von Helton actually put out to me. So this is Von Helton reacting to a Von Helton video. Now, this is the sun flip, the infamous sun flip video, folks. And just to give newcomers a little context, Von Helton had put up a video where he was claiming that the sun flipped. And again, this is, even though it doesn't have to do directly with what's going on today, this is just another exposition of how these people are going to hear a whole lot of misinformation and fear-mongering, and, you know, they're going to be spinning it. This was just another example of how these people do this. So Von Helton was making claims that there was NASA footage of the sun, the physical sun, flipping in 7 seconds. Now, of course, this is completely asinine and ridiculous. So I did a little investigation, and what I did, I believe it was it Soho or the SDO? I can't remember. I'll have to watch. I haven't watched this video in a long time. But basically, I went, and NASA actually posts the logs of the satellite, right? And what I looked up and found was that, well, one, watching the video was obvious at the time at the side was elapsed. It was not 7 seconds, it was 7 hours. And when you match that time frame up with the, I believe it was the SDO, the logs that were presented on the NASA website, it showed that it was a scheduled maintenance. The satellite does a 7-hour rollover to reset its instruments and readjust its camera aperture, right? So what he was witnessing was a time elapse of the satellite flipping around, not the actual sun. Oh, but that doesn't stop Von Helton from completely ignoring that point that I clearly bring up, as you'll hear, and totally strawmanning me in an attempt to save face. Folks, here's Von Helton and the sun flip. We'll let it play a little bit.
All right, I am recording, and secular opinion, a troll and a hater and an idiot on YouTube has decided he's going to debunk my sun flip video. And he says that NASA has posted on their website that, oh, we flipped our camera. Well, now, wait a minute. Does anybody really believe that the lens aperture within a camera takes 7 fucking days to turn? I mean, really, let's stop and think about this logically for a second. Does the lens inside your camera take 7 days to turn? And if it does, hello, Rangers, and if it does take 7 days to turn, would you take it back to the store claiming it was defective? I think so. But yet NASA posts a blip on their website saying, oh, it wasn't the sun flipping. It was just the lens inside of our camera taking 7 fucking days to turn. It doesn't take folks, the internal workings of a camera does not take 7 fucking days to turn. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. But people like secular opinion actually believe that dribble? But since secular opinion loves NASA's website so much, did he bother to read on NASA's website where NASA themselves admits that the sun flips every, 11 years or whatever the fuck? I don't remember the exact time, but you know, the sun does flip every so often. It does that. That's normal. Now, I think somebody...
No, what he's talking about is actually talking about the magnetic poles. They're kind of erratic on the sun. It's these guys, this was at the time, remember, I know Paulie remembers, I think, didn't you have that account? I don't want to say it in case, I think everyone knew it was you, but it was Clever anyways, the name of it. But this is back when, you know, all the fucking truthers were like the poles, the magnetic poles were fucking drifting, therefore it meant the physical poles of the earth were going to flip. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys remember all that shit? So Von Helton, these guys selectively, you know, cherry pick these articles where it says pole. Yeah, my pole shifted, exactly. And what he's referring to are like the magnetic poles, which again I believe are pretty erratic on the sun anyways. But every 11 years I think there's a flip, or I'd have to relook it up. But that's what that is referring. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about here. I just wanted. We all know Von Helden is crazy and an idiot and stuff, but I just wanted to make that clear. Anyways, going forward.
He said it wasn't supposed to flip until 2012 or something like that. But but here's a guy who claims to, quote NASA's website, but yet he couldn't just read on further and find out that NASA admits, yeah, the sun does flip every so often. It's perfectly normal for the sun to flip. It doesn't kill anybody. It doesn't hurt anybody. It doesn't do anything. It just flips. And it does this every however many years it is. So Mr. NASA pwned himself when he does a video on YouTube saying that it takes 7 fucking days for the internal workings of a camera to flip. Okay, that
is exactly not what I said. And I had to step away from the video for a second, so I'm not sure if he played me talking yet. But when you hear it, I definitely do not say that. I did not say it took 7 days for the internal workings of a camera to flip. I said it took 7 hours for the satellite to roll over because they were recalibrating their instruments, including the cameras as well. And that was documented on the NASA logs on the public website. But he's just that much of an idiot and that much of a fucking pinch-face weasel to fucking try to build that straw man, right? Anyways.
Insanity. Nobody's camera is going to take 7 fucking days to flip. The inner workings of it. No. Might take 7 minutes, might take 7 seconds, but it ain't going to take 7 fucking days. Okay? No, damn it. No. If my camera lens took 7 days to fucking turn to get the correct focus or whatever, I'd take the son of a bitch back to Walmart and I'd say, you dumb motherfuckers, this thing's broke. But yeah, we're going to actually believe that the inner workings of a camera take 7 fucking days to rotate. And then he pwns himself even worse by claiming that these objects that are in orbit around the sun, that's just a blip on the lens, It's a blip on the lens. But yet if you
Oh yes, this was back in the days of Vaughn believing in solar angels and that there was these objects because there's like artifacts on some of the scans or some of the pictures, right? Of course, he doesn't put into account that these things would have to be bigger than Jupiter, right? They're not fucking. I mean, this is the type of guy who fills in like colors in rocks on black and white photos of the moon and thinks he sees like Hitler's fucking secret space station and shit. This is what we're dealing with, folks. It's like a twisted comic book version of reality. Don't try to understand it. Just go with it. Yeah. I made him facepalm, folks.
Actually look at the fucking video, the little black object next to the sun is actually rotating. If you watch carefully, whenever a solar flare erupts next to that little black thing, you can actually see the little black thing is actually rotating. Well, now, how does a dot on the lens rotate? Can somebody explain that to me? I would like to hear Secular Opinion explain how that little black object that's supposed to be a smudge on the lens is actually rotating. Oh, I'm doing this video because he is laughable in the extreme. You understand? I'm doing this video because he's a fucking joke. He's a fucking joke, and he might even be a paid shill for the government. He very well could be. I mean, he's touting the government line. Oh
yeah, this is back when Vaughn was convinced I either worked for the Canadian Space Agency or YouTube was paying. I was a shill for YouTube. Try to quench the fire of the truth movement. Quelch, I guess was the word. Is that a word? I don't know.
For word. At least I don't do that, But yeah, man, it takes 7 fucking days for the internal workings of a camera to flip 360. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, keep making videos like that, Secular. You keep making videos like that, Secular Opinion. Yeah, you're going to go far, dude. You're going to go far, man. 7 fucking days for the internal workings of a camera to rotate. Are you kidding me? You know. But yeah, I'm beginning to actually believe that Secular Opinion is a paid government shill, because he touts the government line 100%, man, and does not stray from the government line. You know, go watch his vids if you don't believe me. He does not stray one iota from the government line. Whatever the government tells you, oh, that's got to be right, and Von Helton's got to be wrong, you know. Fucking hilarious, man. It takes 7 days for the internal workings of a camera to turn, to spin. Yeah, that's a good one there, Secular Opinion. And that little smudge on the lens, what you call a smudge, is actually rotating. And then Secular Opinion goes on further and just totally pwns himself by saying that there's no objects currently in orbit around the sun, but yet we've got thousands of YouTube videos, thousands, literally thousands of YouTube videos showing all these little black objects in orbit around the sun. But
YouTube videos, but nothing from any credible source. I mean, just because there's fucking hundreds, I doubt it was thousands, but there's a handful of videos claiming that, you know, I mean, Gale Schuler claims that fucking tacos, sentient tacos circled the sun. YouTube is a crazy place. Not a place to get your information, folks. Again, the outbreak of this virus, as it takes hold, as the fever takes hold, make sure you're listening to qualified health professionals. Do not listen to nut bars like this.
see, Mr. Secular Opinion didn't bother to take 2 seconds to do a YouTube search on objects around the sun. If he had, he would have seen all these videos that show clearly that there is indeed objects in orbit around the sun. I think it's hilarious. I think Secular Opinion pwning himself in this latest video is just, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. This guy, I'm believing honestly that this guy is a paid government shill. Because if he wasn't a paid government shill, why is he touting the government line on everything? Doesn't matter what the government says. The government's right and Von Helton is wrong, you know. Hey, what's up, Camaro? I'm just pwning me a dumbass, that's all. No, I don't do the ops anymore. I normally just play music now, so I don't need ops. But yeah, good old Secular Opinion is at it again, pwning himself. I ain't gonna debate some dumbass government shill. That's bullshit, man. That's bullshit. I ain't gonna debate a government shill. Fuck him. But yeah, Secular Opinion, folks, would have you to believe that the internal workings of a multi-billion-dollar camera is going to take 7 days to rotate.
See, he believes, he's of the school of thought that if you repeat the lie enough, people eventually will believe it.
Really? Really? When my SLR and my fucking, oh shit, where is my digital camera? Oh well, anyway. But yet the internal workings of my camera only takes seconds. You know? And people buy that shit. People actually believe this motherfucker. That it's going to take 7 fucking days for the internal workings of a camera to go around 360 degrees. They're actually going to believe that shit. It just floors me. It just floors me. That you take any SLR camera and see how long it takes for that fucking iris to spin, man. It don't take no fucking 7 days. No way in hell. But because NASA said it on their website, folks, it must be true. It must be true. Because Secular Opinion said so in his video. He said so in his video. It must be true.
No, I'm just saying that I presented evidence that explained this quote-unquote phenomena. What's more likely, folks? even if I said it took 7 days for the internal workings of this fucking camera to turn over, which I didn't say, but even if I did, what's more likely that would be true, backed up by log evidence presented by NASA on their public website, or a video that Von Helton put out that the entire sun physically flipped in 7 seconds? All right. Was it Soho? I missed the beginning of it. I couldn't remember if it was SDO or Soho. I think it was Soho. But let's see.
True. You know, let's watch the dumb motherfucker.
Here we go. Here we go, folks.
Watch him in action.
Listen.
Hey, what's up? Secular Opinion here. And someone asked me to do a video debunking this sunflip nonsense that Von Helton's been going on about. But just before we get into that, I actually want to take him here and give an honest and genuine shout out to
let's skip past where he tries to pwn me, because that's bullshit.
Yeah, let's just skip the evidence that I provide.
Making an ass of
I remember
himself
making
again.
that. Oh, I need this video.
Right, let's get past
this part here. When I ate the Reese's and I guzzled the Mountain Dew, it was the most ignorant ass combination that I ever had in my life. I couldn't remember what fucking video it was that I did that in, because I remember I belched a thunderous belch that was caught on camera that I was quite proud of. But yeah, I ate, because he used to always do the Reese's Pieces. He doesn't do that anymore. But I ate the Reese's and I drank the Mountain Dew. And man, oof, what a weird ass combination. Anyways, moving ahead.
That's where he makes an ass of himself. Because unlike him, I actually don't want to make an ass of him. I think he does that all by himself. But you know, let's get beyond that.
Let's get into it. Okay, so the images that Von uses in his first video as evidence of the sun flipping is from the Solar Dynamic Observatory, SDO, and it was during the...
Yeah, it was SDO.
What we're seeing is actually the Eve instrumentation that shoots in the ultraviolet spectrum, so that's why it's purple. Okay, I just want to address something Von said at the end of his video. He talks as if this took place in a matter of seconds. Now, Von has made another sun video since this first one, and he's also posted one on his blog TV of images from stereo, which we'll get to in a second. And he's admitted that he's made an error, that this actually took place over the course of a few days, which is still just as ridiculous. But in any event, he did...
Another brother, I am not worried about this son of a bitch.
So did you catch that? Because I didn't remember this part, but apparently the 7 days come from a second video that Von made. So Secular Opinion never said that it took 7 days. Von Helton made a video where he claimed it was a second video where he tried to, when it was pointed out that it was time lapse, he tried to renege and he made another mistake. Instead of 7 seconds, he said 7 days. That's crazy. Crazy times.
He's a dumbass and probably a paid government shill. He does not worry me in the least. In fact, it was
actually the same mic, but it's because Von Helton is playing it through his speakers. It's Von's technical inaptness. He's actually playing it through his speakers into his mic and recording it on Blog TV. That's why it sounds like shit. There's not a whole lot I can do about it, guys. Sorry.
I think it's humorous. I think him and his tinfoil. I hope he wears his tinfoil hat when the solar storm occurs. You know, I really do. I hope he wears his tinfoil hat. It does. See, this is the mentality of this fool. He does not realize that aluminum will magnify any signal within its area. Okay, so when the solar storm hits, I hope this dumbass is wearing tinfoil on his head so that he gets an instantaneous lobotomy. That would do the world a great favor. So please, Secular Opinion, when the solar storm gets here, please make sure you're wearing your tinfoil hat. As a favor to me and as a favor to humanity, I would really appreciate it. Anyway, let's continue.
And admit that he was wrong about that. But what I want to point out to all the Von fan and girls and all those little wooden monkeys on about how he's so, he's so vigilant.
Now my subscribers and my friends are winged monkeys. They're yes men, you know. Mm-hmm. They hang on my every word and they don't disagree with me ever and shit like that.
Well, they're not allowed to.
Yeah, let's continue.
Blocked.
and does hours of research to bring his little minions correct information. I mean, here's a man who is so fucking lazy and so fucking gullible that he didn't even take the 2 fucking seconds to look to the right side of the video footage where the time is elapsed and see that.
Yeah, well, I admitted that I got a little excited. Whoop-de shit. If I think if secular opinion had Jesus stand in front of him, he would for a split second probably say wrong words or probably get too excited to know what to say or do. Yeah. We're all not perfect like Mr. Secular Opinion, right, Sec? Yeah.
It didn't happen over the course of a few seconds. I mean, just to think that, anyways, it's just like, I mean, I hate using this word, but it's just retarded. I tell you what, let's get a better look at that video so we know what Vaughn is talking about, and you can see this little black smudge on the corner.
Yeah, see, it's a black smudge, but if you actually download the video and look at it for yourself, the little black smudge, as he calls it, is actually rotating. It's actually in orbit around the sun, and it's actually rotating. Well, see, that's the interesting thing about it. Secular Opinion doesn't believe in anything. He doesn't believe in UFOs. He doesn't believe in ETs. He doesn't believe in the supernatural or the spiritual. He doesn't believe, he doesn't believe in a damn thing. He is totally and completely sold out to the fucking government. And whatever the government says is right, and whatever I say is wrong.
Down on the left hand of the sun's right hand or left hand. Let's take a look at that footage.
Okay, now there's the object. All right, you notice that it's tilting to the left or to the right.
Oh my God, you guys see that? You see that object? You know how big that fucking object is?
Okay, so if you're looking at the right hand.
Okay, you notice that at the first flare-up, the object... Here, let me get back to my main camera here. I'm tired of looking at him any damn way. You probably are too. But anyway, okay, when the first flare-up goes up, you'll notice that the black object is kind of tilted. Well, to you guys, it would be tilted this way. Okay, when the next flare-up occurs, the black object has a slight tilt this way. Okay? All right, so... If it's a smudge on the camera, how's come it's tilted this way on the first flare-up and tilted this way on the second flare-up? Hi, Shelvis. Why? Why is that? If it's a smudge on the camera, why is it moving? Do smudges on the camera move? You tell me, folks. You tell me. Do smudges on a camera move? No. But the object in question on the side of the sun, 1 minute it's tilted this way, and then when you see the next flare-up, it's kind of tilted this way. And you can actually see it if you download the video and watch the video yourself. You can put it in a video editor. See, Secular Opinion, first of all, he didn't do any research on objects around the sun at all. I spent the better part of a day watching videos of objects around the sun. That took me the best.
So Vaughn, his research, he's much more learned in this area, folks, because he spent the better part of an afternoon, because we know he's not getting up early to do this. He spent the better part of his day watching YouTube videos by other kooks. So he's definitely more educated on the subject, other than the fact that I laid out evidence from my side. But anyways, moving along.
Better part of a day, because there's quite a few. And I went through all of them, looking for any possible debunking that could occur, and I found none. They were all directly from Soho, Stereo, or Eve. Okay? But see, Secular Opinion didn't even take the time to put it in a YouTube box. Yeah, it was Venus. That's it. That's right. It was Venus, man. Oh, gosh. Yeah, it was Venus, man. It was Venus. But, yeah, I know another brother. I know. But, no, Mr. Secular Opinion didn't bother to take 2 seconds out of his busy schedule to use his terminology back against him. He didn't take 2 seconds out of his busy schedule to put objects around the sun in a YouTube search. Did you, Secular Opinion? Because if you had, you would have got this huge list of videos showing objects around the sun. Duh. So no, was it a smudge on the camera? Of course not. Of course not. It rotates. And then plus there is plenty, I mean, just a plethora of videos on YouTube about objects that are actually around the sun. Now, his argument is that the stereo images that I posted did not have the black object around the sun. Okay, this is easily explained as one of two possibilities. Either A, it could be the actual position of the camera, and B, it could be that post-editing was done on those videos, on those frames.
So why would they release one set of video with the smudge and a second set from all the other satellites with it removed if they're trying to hide it? That's what I don't get about these guys. They always think like NASA slips up and puts out, well, what was it? The color of Mars was a big one because they did a presentation somewhere and the color calibration was off with the pictures they were using. So they're convinced that like Mars actually has like blue skies and everything like Earth. Like it's nutsville, folks. It's just nutty.
Which NASA, an ex-NASA employee, has admitted that they do. An ex-NASA employee has admitted that they actually work on them pictures and them videos before they post them.
Probably enhance them for clarity.
Mr. Secular Opinion didn't take the time. He was too busy poning me to take the time to put objects around the sun in a YouTube search. You know, YouTube does have...
No, I seen them. I didn't believe them. Just because a YouTube video says it doesn't mean it's true, Von Helton.
Search bar up there. But for some reason, Mr. Secular Opinion didn't bother to do a YouTube search on objects around the sun before he pwned me, quote unquote. But anyway, let's get back to Fat Ass here, because we're not done with him yet.
Good old days.
The screen there, the time is elapsing to see that this event happened between October 12th and October 14th. Now, Ron walks us to methodology of trying to prove why this could not be the camera rotating and simply resetting. But geez, I don't know. Does NASA have anything to say about that, Ron? Did you check that out?
So this is where I pwn Von Helton.
Let's check out what NASA has to say. Posted Thursday, October 14th, 2010, about a month before Von did his ridiculous video. HMI roll maneuver complete. Antenna handovers continued. On October 12th, SDO successfully performed a 7-hour roll maneuver to help calibrate the HMI instrument calibration.
Yeah, I know the sound sucks, but you all hear that? I'm reading this from NASA's website. 7-hour maintenance rotation to recalibrate their instruments, basically, to paraphrase. Not 7 days, not to spin a camera around. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
The spacecraft roll started at the same time as HGA handover operation. This complicated the operational sequences but did not stop either maneuver. While it is easy to plant a space-based instrument at the center of the sun, it is more difficult to know the precise location of the sun's rotation axis. Data from the roll maneuvers help the scientists to understand how their instrument response varies at different angles of the rotation axis. This is then used to more accurately remove the rotation effects from the data.
All right. So because NASA posted on their website that they rotated the camera, oh, well, NASA must be right. NASA must be right. I mean, they posted it on their website, don't you see? You know, and so because NASA posted it on their website, NASA must be right.
Yet Vaughn, all the images that Vaughn uses to try to back up his point are from the NASA website. He just grossly misunderstands what he's looking at. That's called cherry picking, folks.
Von Helton must be wrong.
Well, I would rather trust NASA than Von Helton. I think we can all agree.
But I'll ask you again, folks. Anybody that owns a camera anybody that owns a camera, does the guts inside your camera take 7 fucking days to?
Is that what I said? Nope.
Rotate and calibrate.
What do we call someone who doesn't tell the truth, boys and girls? Well, we call them a liar. Von Helton is a liar.
Does it,
folks?
Does it? I mean, anybody, take your camera. Does it take the inside workings of your camera 7 days to rotate? No. And
that's blatantly not what I said. Not what I said.
If the camera is already pointed at the sun, why would you need to flip the whole thing? Why? But see, secular opinion doesn't ask.
I actually explained all that in that whole segment, the whole rambling that I just did that sounded like Charlie Brown. If you were actually to watch this video, I totally explained all that.
Those tough questions. He's too busy poning Von Helton. He's too busy poning Von Helton to ask questions. Now, wait a minute. Why does it take 7 days for the inner workings of a camera to rotate?
I never said that. This is the result of too much self-isolation, folks. This is the result of too much self-isolation.
And why, if we've spent billions of dollars on a camera that can't even calibrate itself?
Well, it did. That was the whole point of the rollover.
What? Are you kidding me? We're going to spend billions of dollars on a camera that can't calibrate itself? That can't correct it? Folks, my SLR in the back room back there can calibrate itself just fine. It doesn't, and it didn't cost billions of dollars.
Oh, Vaughn.
You know.
Oh, Vaughn. You dirty old man.
Oh, yeah, well, whatever. I'm not worried about my volume. I don't care about the volume. It's probably the way I got it. Hello, I see dead people. But anyway, this guy would have you to believe that the internal workings of a camera take 7 days to rotate, to calibrate. Okay, I'm sorry, that's just asinine. Ask any professional photographer, they'll tell you at the most it's going to take like 7 seconds, maybe. It sure as fuck isn't going to take 7 days. It's not going to take no 7 days. I'm sorry. That's just.
Yeah, these were the days of the Kentucky turkey talons, the vampire nails.
Ridiculous. But see, secular opinion doesn't ask those questions because the government said it, and therefore the government must be right. We've got to pwn that.
Where if they're the ones putting out the information that you're using, but you're just ignoring their explanation with nothing to back yourself up, why should I believe you? That was the whole point. But he got really butthurt about it, folks. Really got his attention. I think this is around the same time he invented the David Sandlin scenario that I went to high school with him and all that shit. You guys remember Rollo?
Von Helton. So we'll get this official statement off of NASA's website saying, yeah, man, it took us 7 days for the internal workings of our camera to rotate. What a bunch of shit. Now, admittedly, yeah, the government does do major fuck-ups, but I would think even they would be able to get a camera right, I would hope that our government, who spends billions of dollars on a fucking camera, could at least make sure that the internal workings work relatively quickly, But I mean, take an SLR, take a Pentax, take whatever, Canon, Sure Shot, whatever. Take whatever, take a pill. No, a pill won't help us here, I'm afraid. But take any camera you like, any type of camera you like, and I can assure you that the internal workings of that camera is not going to take no 7 fucking days to spin 360 degrees. It just isn't, Yeah, well, exactly, Candace. I mean, don't let secular opinion hear that, Because if Secular Opinion found on a website that 2 + 2 was 5 and that was the official government statement, he would be pwning me tomorrow saying, yeah, man, the government has released the fact that 2 + 2 = 5. And so Von Helton has been pwned again. You know, Von Helton is wrong again because here is the official government website saying that 2 + 2 is 5, you know. Jesus fucking Christ. You know, crazy shit. But anyway, I just thought I would post this video real quick. Oh yeah, by the way, Secular Opinion, I will be contacting Steve Kramer's family. It is at minimum, it is in poor taste to post a dead man on video without getting permission from the family. At minimum, it's in poor taste. And I would not be the least bit surprised if the Kramer family sues you for every fucking dime you own. Because if it was my son, my dead son you were posting all over the internet, yeah, I'd be suing your happy ass. Okay, but I will be contacting the Kramer family and letting them know that you have posted a video of their dead son without their permission and approval. And what they do from that, you know, that's up to them. But I hope they sue you into the fucking ground. That would be nice. That would make my fucking day. But I know one thing. If it was my son and my dead son and you posted the video all over the internet, yeah, I would be pissed off. Okay? I'd be pissed off.
Speaking of Von's son, I don't want this rumor to really die. I still want this to sit in the back of everyone's mind. And it's complete speculation. It's just a few of us here. We're intimate. It's been brought up before, but there's a striking resemblance between Jerry and Larry. Now, what's interesting, I noticed that over in Trolls, Haters, Naysayers in the chat, people were using some kind of face app where you combine two people to make a baby. They're using Shani and Vaughn and this person and that person to see what kind of grotesque, you know, cross spawn would evolve in these pictures. But what's fucking really freaky is when they crossed Andrea and cousin Larry, the result looked just like fucking Jerry. I shit you not, folks. I might have to show that, grab those pics sometimes and share them. Just food for thought. Just food for fucking thought.
There was Candace, you don't know. Yeah, Secular Opinion posted an old video from 1977.
No, we proved that. That was not 1977. We'll look at that in a second. We're gonna debunk that too.
When me and a bunch of my friends were at Steve Kramer's house, sitting around talking and shit.
See, the big problem, if you don't remember, that Vaughn has with that is because I actually showed it was around 1987, and that this is when Vaughn was supposed to be the Punisher, right? And he's scared to even buy a gun. That's the part that he doesn't like. But we get to that.
And Steve Kramer's dead. He passed away a few years back. And so this individual gave Secular Opinion this video from 1977.
It wasn't 1977. The crowd Von Helton was hanging out with did not have fucking camcorders, like actual videotape recorders. In 1977, they weren't even commercially available till 83.
So that he could pwn me. And so as a result of that, I'm running out of time. And as a result of that, Steve Kramer is now all over the fucking internet, and the poor guy's dead. And, but see, these people have no respect for the dead. They have no respect for family. They have no respect for anything. So long as they get to pwn that evil Von Helton guy. Are you seeing a pattern here? We got to pwn that evil Von Helton guy, Let's forget the fact that it is in totally poor taste to post a dead man without consulting his family first. Let's forget about that. We just got to pwn that evil Von Helton guy, We got to do it, So, I will be, mark it down, I will be contacting the Kramer family about this issue, Secular Opinion. And I hope I personally hope they sue your fucking ass. You know, but we'll see. We'll see. But one thing is for sure, they're not going to be happy knowing that their dead son is being posted without their permission. You can bet on that shit. You can bet on that shit. Because if it was my dead son and you posted a video without getting my permission first, I would be fucking hot. I would be totally fucking hot. All right, I see that my time is running out, so I'm going to end this recording. But, yeah, secular opinion, you are a failure once again. And you pwned yourself. I didn't have to pwn you. You pwned yourself. That's the funny thing about it. You pwned yourself, motherfucker. Anyway, that's it. So let's end this video.
All right. So that's a blast from the past. That's a little. Of course, Vaughn claims he's never made videos talking shit about like anybody, right? Anyways, let's move over to the video in question. We'll play that. I played that at the beginning of the show. But this is the infamous video proven to be from 1987 of when Von Helton claims he was the Punisher. Now he claims it's 1977. Of course, Vaughn wouldn't have even been graduated high school yet. Though the timeline is conflicting, it's a little confusing. He claims that he was DJing across America at that time as well. So let's go. There he is, folks. The Punisher. I'm trying to get a clear frame. There he is, folks. The Punisher. Welterweight champion.
Welcome to the humble abode. Humble commode. Yeah, humble commode. Yeah, I'm sorry. Humble commode.
Back when Von still had teeth. I don't see those, the fangs, though. I don't see the vampire teeth. Those were yanked when he was younger.
Why would you say that? Well, I don't know, actually. Why? Well, maybe Holly can explain it better. Holly, wait, come back.
Someone once told me that Holly was the dog. Now, the Ninja Scorpion, for people that are new, that refers to apparently back in the day, Von Helton would deliver pizzas in a ninja outfit that he ordered. Yeah. And, of course, people laughed at him. Now, this is the Steve Kramer, apparently, that he's talking about, that I should be sued for. He happens to be sitting in this chair smoking. But, anyways, this is the part of the video that Von really hates.
Speaking of 307, you know anybody might want to buy one of those?
How much? Yeah, I'd love to buy one, but my old lady would kill me.
So they're basically asking, there's a gun for sale. And he's asking Von, does he know anybody might be interested? And I'd love to, but my old lady would kill me. The Punisher ain't allowed to have a gun. So blow this up a little bit, folks. What it all eventually came down to was this Pepsi bottle sitting on the table. Now, if you just do a simple Google search, you'll get a chart that shows all the different logos. And the actual logo itself did come about much earlier. But if you do a little more digging around and actually contact someone from Pepsi to confirm it, what it actually came down to was the lettering. The shape of the lettering went to a more rounded rather than like a more squarish kind of font in 1987. This bottle with this logo, with this lettering, this font, did not exist pre-1987. So unless, in fact, Von Helton is a time traveler, unless we can explain this with the Mandela effect, the only more likely explanation is Von Helton is not telling the truth. And what do we call someone that doesn't tell the truth? We call them a liar. Von Helton is a liar. I'm trying to account. I'm giving all angles, benefit of the doubt here. Maybe Mandela effect could account for it. I don't know. It might be the bottle that's the time travel. There's so many variables. So that's what we're looking at, folks. Look, again, we took the topic with some levity. We looked at some crazy characters. The reality is it's a serious thing out there, not to be panicked, not to be like buying all the fucking toilet paper and shit, but something to be taken seriously. Again, listen to the health professionals. Be safe. Thank you for watching my little stream tonight. Might head over to Discord in 15 minutes or so and see what's cracking. I didn't put a link out. It's over on my channel. Or maybe someone will put it out. I don't know. But until next time, folks, be safe. Don't let the fever drive you crazy. You can do funny things to a man. The COVID-19. Lusty, thank you again. She has posted the link. We'll go over there and hang out. Like I said, I might just grab a quick bite to eat or something. And talk to a man about a horse. I don't know. We'll do something. But anyways, until next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.